You're listening to an audio article by the Common Constitutionalist. Today's article is entitled, Republicans Work with Democrats to Bail Out Obamacare. Yep, Inner Circle hack Lamar Alexander is working with Chuck Schumer to stab us in the back. Have we voters finally woken up to the reality that the Republicans, save for a relative few, never really wanted to repeal and replace or just repeal Obamacare? It's not that they are enamored with the Unaffordable Care Act. I don't think they are at all. They are just lazy, shiftless, and lack any kind of courage or leadership. These senators have the luxury of being only one of 100. The president effectively stands alone. He can't hide behind other members of the august body. He can't make promises like our current Senate leadership and then blame the failure on some arcane procedural or parliamentarian rule. He can't take to the microphone to make some bold statement and then slink off to some back room where a double deal is being hatched behind locked doors. If he tried, you could be sure it would be leaked almost immediately. And isn't it interesting that the only politicians who can be honest about the goings-on are ex-politicians, former establishment inner circle hacks like John Boehner? Only when Boehner was out did he feel he could come clean about what Republicans' intentions have always been, at least those of the leadership. Recall in February that Johnny said, repeal and replace is, quote, not what's going to happen, unquote. Boehner said that, quote, they'll fix Obamacare, and I shouldn't have called it repeal and replace because that's not what's going to happen. They're basically going to fix the flaws and put a more conservative box around it, unquote. As it turns out, this is not what's going to happen. It's much worse. They're not even going to fix it. They're going to do what they always do, bail it out, throw money at it, our money. Nothing will be fixed. Now, Boehner was not prescient or some sort of soothsayer. He knew because he was still plugged in. And right on cue, a backroom dirty deal is being hatched. As if the script was written by Chuck Schumer himself, Alexander has approached the Democrats to craft a backroom deal. And you know he would do no such thing without the express consent of McConnell. To this, IBD writes that Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader in the Senate, cannot believe his good fortune, which is why he is grinning ear to ear like a Cheshire cat. Alexander of Tennessee, who runs the Health Committee, announced that he is working behind closed doors with Democrats to, quote, stabilize the insurance market, unquote. In other words, an Obamacare taxpayer-funded bailout. Now, I've said on a number of occasions that the oft-proclaimed implosion of Obamacare will never happen. As proof, I ask only to show me just one other government entitlement program which has ever been allowed to fail. Answer, there is none. It doesn't matter how underwater the program is said to be. The hacks who derive their power from them will never allow the programs to implode. Obamacare is seen on Capitol Hill not as health care or health insurance, but as an entitlement, like welfare, food stamps, or Social Security. It has become part of the ever-expanding third rail of politics, and as such will remain in place until such time as the Democrats decide the time is right to replace it with a single-payer entitlement. IBD writes that the only hope we may have to combat this ultimate betrayal may be Trump's veto pen. I disagree. I don't wish to be a downer, but I fear that Trump is so desperate for a win on this that he will sign virtually anything. And even if he does veto it, with the Dems on board, a veto-proof majority is all but assured. Thank you for listening.